I'm about to sell the first new shape Aston Martin Vantage we've got our hands on, and this one has got almost £80,000 worth of optional extras. For that money, you can literally buy this entire Aston Martin Vantage. Today, we break down what spec actually adds value and what is really just a bit of a waste. We're also preparing this Lamborghini Huracan Performante for sale, and apparently I've signed myself up for one of the hardest fitness challenges currently going. So Rob here is a chipologist.
I knew that would go.
Rob had been down to Aston Martin in Wilmslow to have a look at potentially trading in his two cars, a Macan and 911, for a DBX. When he got there, his thoughts were that the car was too big, so he actually had a look at the new Vantage in their showroom, went for a drive on it, and he was pondering, should he buy the car? On his way home, he thought he'd call in at Warford Cars, having been a subscriber to the channel for a while. When he came in the showroom, we had the green Vantage sat there. It was almost fate, like it was meant to be. So I had a chat with him about the car, and he came back later with his son and left a deposit for it. Sam handled the deal. We had a chat with him about his 911, and we gave him the option to sale or return it, or a cash buy. Rob's popped in, he's seen us on YouTube, and he's got a 992 Carrera 4S. We're looking at potentially sale or return, so we're just going through the spec and options now. Enjoyed it?
No, it's good, isn't it?
They're hard to beat 911s, aren't they? At this point, Sam's got the registration, mileage and spec of Rob's 911. He's trying to determine how much we can give him in part exchange. Now, we've given Rob two options. The first option was a sale or return, where we list his car for sale and take a fixed fee of £3,500 on completion of the sale. The second option is just an outright cash purchase or your traditional part exchange. This 911 is our bread and butter stock. We'd be more than happy to buy this in.
There are not many of them. It was a paint. It wasn't paint to sample, but it was an extra. I think it was about over a grand, 1,500 quid extra.
88 is kind of keen for the options, and then we charge 3.5 for the fee for selling it, plus warranty. I'm guessing, is it? Have you
There's no warranty.
Yeah. So it's about £600-700 for the warranty.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about 83.5 back to you, basically, assuming there's no prep that needs to be doing. Is it up to date with all the service and reports?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Aston Martin, which we had in the showroom, is a particularly high spec car. Now, the first owner that bought this has obviously had to fork out a bit more money for the car. In hindsight, it's definitely helped get the deal over the line. So would Rob have bought this car if it wasn't so highly spec'd? Maybe not. Let's go through this spec because it is pretty wild. Alcantara headlining, 2,100 quid. Carbon fibre inlay, £1,950. Carbon fibre roof, £3,220. Contrast stitch, £1,965. Heated steering wheel, £550. Smoked tail lights, £950. Two exterior carbon fibre packs. First one is £3,950. Second one is £8.5 grand. Interior accelerate monotone. Not sure what that is, but it's £1,400. Another carbon fibre pack, £1,950. And then finally, the beautiful satin copper bronze 21-inch Y-spoke forged wheels, £4,000, making a grand total for just the spec on its own £77,895. That is a jaw-dropping amount of money. Like I said earlier, that would literally buy you the red Aston Martin Vantage we've got for sale. When you put it like that, it makes the Vantage seem cheap by comparison, which it's not, but it is an unbelievable car for the money. I'm going to leave Rob with Sam to see if they can get a deal arranged. Right, what are we doing? We are off to pick up the Urus, which is sold, and take this Huracan Evo up. It needs two wheel refurbs. I need to now jump in the Huracan Performante and take it over to our wheel specialist. This car's going out in a couple of days and it needs the all-important finishing touches before it can be collected. I've never actually driven a Huracan Performante before, so as much as this is work, it's certainly one of the perks of the job. Right then, let's have a chat with Ryan, see what he thinks to these wheels.
How are we?
All right, yeah.
Looking very smart.
I know, yeah, well, it was my birthday yesterday, so I'm trying to dress my age.
Oh, nice.
I think it's just the passenger side. I've only seen one, but let's have a look. You've got a bit of an eager eye, you'll probably tell me there's two. Most people looking at these wheels wouldn't even notice there's any imperfections on it, but there is some very minor curbing marks, and we want this car to be as good as we can get it before the customer collects.
The colours like this, I would rather have it 100%.
Essentially, the wheels are painted black and then it's the colour that goes over the top, but if you put too much colour on, it won't match up to the originals. Too little, it won't match up. So what we try and do in this circumstances is do both sides of the car at the same time.
If the colour's not 100%, then we're going to have to strip to and start again anyway. So, because then I won't be able to match, even though, if you get what I mean. Thank you.
See you in a few days. There are many ways to spec a car. Some of it is pretty non-negotiable, some of it is just for ego, and some of it actually retains value when you come to sell the car. So let's get into some of the spec you should definitely be looking out for, and some of the spec you should probably be avoiding. People often ask me, what spec should I be looking for in a car? This is so dependent, firstly on the manufacturer, and then secondly on that particular model from that manufacturer. If you look at a Porsche Macan, one of the biggest non-negotiable spec options I would say on that is panoramic roof. Now, if you then go across to the 911, it's not as much of a deal breaker. We have in the past had Porsche Macan here without panoramic roof, and it actually took us a lot longer to sell than we expected. And in that instance, we kind of made a decision as a team that we don't buy Macans without pan roofs. We also sell a lot of Land Rover products here. On Range Rovers and Range Rover Sports, you often find most of the spec comes as standard. Heated seats, sat nav. When you're looking at Defender, one of the options which I like to keep an eye out for is the bigger screen in the centre. You can either get a 10-inch screen or around about a 13-inch screen. And I think the upgrade cost for that is around about £3,000. They'll both do exactly the same thing, but it's just quite nice to have the larger screen in the centre. Some bits of spec which I don't actually like, on Land Rover, deployable side steps. I find them actually quite irritating. You open the door and at half the time I just end up whacking my shin on it because I forget they're there. And also it's just one other thing to break, and they can be a little bit temperamental. If there's mud getting in there and dirt, you often find that they open and then you go to close it and they just stay stuck out. With Lamborghini, it's a whole new ball game altogether. The main two cars we sell with Lamborghini branding is the Urus and the Huracan. With the Urus, let's say there's a couple of key options on there. Panoramic roof, upgraded sound system, which is usually Bang & Olufsen. Massage seats is quite a nice option there. But on the whole, most of your standard stuff, which you'd expect, like sat-nav, heated seats, cruise control, that's all there as standard. Lamborghini's quite personal on colour, so you can change the colours of the calipers, the stitching and things like that. It's not so much a must-have in spec, it's more of a personal preference on how do you like those colours. When you're looking at the Huracan, one of the biggest deciding factors on the spec there are what seats has it got in. So you can even have the racing bucket seats. We recently had the grey Huracan in the showroom with comfort seats in it, and the black one, which we've currently got for sale, has got the carbon bucket seats in it. What you'll find with the comfort seats on the Huracan, it's actually quite difficult for people with a larger stature to get into. So there's more space with the bucket seats, which could be ultimately a deal breaker for some people if they don't fit in the car. There are definitely times when you look at a car and you think, you've probably overcooked the spec a little bit here. I think there are cars out there where some people just tick every box to say, I've got the highest spec car you can buy. If that's what they want to do, then fine. The person that's really going to benefit from that is buying it secondhand, where they're not actually retaining all that value in the spec and you're getting a great deal as a secondhand car. A good example where somebody's spent the money up front and it's cost them a lot of money, but you're getting value as a secondhand car, is often with the Defender. When you see a lot of these body kits which have been paid for, they might be 20 odd grand from new. Let's look at an urban kit, for example. On the resale market, you're probably only going to get back maybe 5 or 6 grand of that. So the person buying it as the second-hand car is getting a great deal, whereas the first person that paid for it might be feeling the pinch when they come to sell it. Rob's back, the deal's been agreed, and it's handover day. He's come down with one of his good friends and their partners to enjoy the experience together. The hard work's over, the deal's agreed, the car's prepped. This is the fun bit. I don't think you're going to track it though, are you?
No.
I've not seen the 911 yet. Quite looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, that's a lovely spec.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Gonna go and have a look at the 911.
Okay. He likes his colours.
He does. It's nice, isn't it? It picks some interesting colours. Shall we put the 911 next to the outgoing Vantage? The Spider RS wheels, red calipers. So it's got open pore wood finisher veneer, which is lovely. Burmeister sound system, which I think is around about 4 or 5 grand optional extra. We've got the Alcantara steering wheel, heated steering wheel with Sport Chrono. heated and cooled seats. Heated seats come as standard on the 992, but comfort ventilated seats are definitely an option. Not a cheap one either. Quite rare to see a 911 with ventilated seats. With Porsche, you generally get 3 options for the sound system. The basic entry-level sound system, Bose and Burmeister. For 99% of people, Bose is more than enough, but if you want that extra 1% of clarity, go for the Burmeister. What do you think of this, Jordan?
As soon as you see ventilated seats on a 911, you already know it's going to be a
Well,
different spec, don't you?
I would say Burmeister, yeah.
Burmeister.
Ventilated seats are nice when you're cruising down the promenade in the south of France. Would you cruise down a promenade in the south of France?
No, that's a really odd statement, that. I don't know why you do that.
What's the
promenade
front?
you normally walk, don't you?
You do, what's it called? The
coast.
Yeah.
Just like Amalfi Coast down in this.
Yeah.
Roof down, and then you've got your red seat belts just in case you forget what colour your car is.
Ooh, that is bold, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got
It's
wood,
jazzy.
grey. What colour's that? Dark grey.
Yeah, it's like
50 shades of.
50 shades of grey and wood.
Distronic radar guided cruise control. Don't see that very often. No. PDCC, Porsche dynamic chassis control, I think it is. It's got axle lift. That's one option which I would say is actually pretty unnecessary on this, isn't it? Yeah. You don't need axle lift on a Carrera 4S. You'd never use it.
No,
unless you had a particularly steep drive.
Front end PPF, is it? Hang on. Full PPF?
Full body PPF?
Full, but 6 grand's worth of PPF as well.
Ready for like a tea or a coffee? 2 cups of tea. Any sugar? No. No problem.
Go on, a cup of tea. I'll have a cortado, please.
Cheers, cheers. Cheers, girls. Cheers. Cheers.
Yes.
Rather than say yes, you say ears. So you go ears, which is their way of saying yes.
Yes. Obviously, you went into Aston Martin to have a look at a car there.
Yes.
Because you had your eye on a Vantage, it wasn't set on that.
I was trying to get an SUV that would do everything.
Right.
And I thought the DBX would be the car. But when I went there, I realised that the DBX is far too big for us, for what we need. So, and then I talked about the Vantage in the showroom.
Did you know we had it?
No.
It really
Not a clue.
Right.
No.
So you opened the door and saw a Vantage. That was a bit of a...
It was incredible, yeah. And so there it was on last Friday, and a week later, and a day,
back here collecting it.
And I bought the car, yeah.
Thank you very much for your business. So about 8 years ago was when I set up the business, and I was kind of selling cheap cars off my driveway, 10 grand cars, and probably scrambling around to get 3 or 4 cars, 3 or 4 deals done a month. And now obviously we've built up the dealership here. For me, it's almost like a bit of a pinch yourself moment to think that a customer would go into Aston Martin in Winslow, the main dealer, then come and have a look at our small garage and actually be confident in spending such a huge chunk of money with us and buying from us.
Well, I wouldn't be here now, and I wouldn't have bought the car at all if I hadn't seen the videos, and if I hadn't enjoyed them, I wouldn't go back to them and see. I've seen the majority of them, unless they were quality, and they are. It's very comfortable, this place.
I would have never dreamt of having this dealership.
I know, but that's lovely.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you know my story as well. I mean, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, so you said you...
Well, but I worked at Aerospace in Chester, you know, served my time there. Bought my first fish and chip shop
Right.
in 1972.
Whereabouts was that?
On the coast in North Wales. And then I bought another one about a mile down the road. And then I bought another one about a mile and a half down the road.
Logically, you'd think that the chip shops would need to be a little bit more spread out, otherwise they're not competing with each
well,
other.
there's huge caravan sites around there.
Right.
So they all walk in distance, really, because all the caravan sites, a lot of people just walk to the caravan, don't they?
Yeah.
So that was good. And I ended up with one in Scotland, which my daughter ran in Dumfries.
So how many fish and chips do you need to sell to buy an Aston Martin?
The whole thing went over a span of 46 years. I did 46 years in that one shop.
Doesn't happen overnight though, does
But
it?
it doesn't happen
No,
overnight.
that's it, and I
You've
think-
got to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It's consistency, you know. I quite enjoyed that, yeah. I like the taste of the coffee more than the milk, so that is excellent, yeah. 50-50 according to Will. 50% milk, 50%, is that right?
I think that's right, yeah. I think they've done a very good job of making the new Vantage look a lot more aggressive. and masculine, haven't they?
It's so different, actually.
I mean, if you didn't know Aston Martin product very well and you said that's a Vantage, you might not think that's a Vantage. You might think it was a DB12 or something higher up in the product range, wouldn't you? He's going to drive off, isn't he? He's had enough. He's thinking, forget these videos, I just want to drive off in my Vantage. What do you think?
It's awesome, isn't it?
Have you actually driven this one yet?
No.
No.
And it even smells good, this car. You can smell the leather. Yeah.
You look happy.
It's bloody amazing.
Should we get a quick picture with Rob, just shaking hands in front of the car before we go? Last request, Rob.
Yes.
Rob Chips on his way out, pulling out through the new gate actually. Absolutely fantastic handover. It was a pleasure to do business with him. It's interesting to get a bit of insight as to why he's bought from us, not from a main Aston Martin dealer. He was very complimentary about the business, and it's lovely to work with people like that. So all in all, that was a lovely deal to do, wasn't it? That's the working day done, buying and selling cars. Now for the dreaded Hyrox. If you've been following the channel, you probably know I quite like a fitness challenge, marathons and triathlons. I've never done a Hyrox before, so when the opportunity came up on my doorstep in Manchester, I thought it'd be rude not to have a go. However, as you're about to see, it didn't quite go as planned. Last minute.
Here we go.
Hydration. But what did go as planned was the nutrition, thanks to Holy. Me and the team have been drinking Holy over the last few weeks, and to be honest, we love it. We really like the fact that it's got no sugar in it and it still tastes great. My personal favourite at the moment are the hydration sachets. They've been helping me get through my marathon training, especially the long runs. We know that a lot of you that are subscribed to the channel are also into your fitness and health, so we've got a little treat for you in the form of a discount code. You can get £5 off your first order with Holy using the code WARFORD5, or 10% off your entire order just using the code WARFORD. Hope you enjoy it as much as we do. We're at the GMEX in Manchester, about to go in and register. Don't think there's much more preparation we can do now. We've just got to get on with it, haven't we? So where are people running in and out here?
When you're running out, you come in through there, the inside.
Yeah.
You come in, you run all the way to one gear, do one, run out, back out.
Yeah.
Then you do your lap.
So is that the start? You start in that blue
And then you start running.
I'm glad we know what we're doing. You can tell my revision's gone well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we know what we're doing, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Or do we?
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place, bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8.
I ran in the wrong entrance. Didn't help. We got a 5-minute penalty for not coming through the gate together. Alright, that's Manchester Hyrox Pros done. Autographed that. Gave it a good bash. And next up, London Marathon, which is end of April. So I can put down some of the gym training and just crack on with running and get back to selling some cars.